Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the dceu Daily. And consistent contributor Clay Staub of the Snyderverse keeps on supporting the Restore the Snyderverse community. Take a listen to this. Clay Staub, what's up? Question mark. Fans fan the flames of hope for continuation of Zack Snyder's Justice League saga. He's quote tweeting an article from dailyplanetdc.com, which is a site. Let's see what they had to say about our community. Fans fan the flames of hope for the continuation of Zack Snyder's Justice League saga. Fans of the film universe rallied yet again with renewed purpose. 2 years ago, the fan community made history with over 1.5 million tweets being made with the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut in a single day. Many members of the Justice League cast and production crew participated in the fan campaign, including Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa and Ray Fisher. The history-making fan campaign ultimately proved successful with the release of the director's true version of the Justice League film. Fans on Twitter renewed calls for the Restore the Snyderverse campaign to continue Zack Snyder's Justice League, with sequels and added Release the Snyder Cut in IMAX into the mix. The global phenomenon. After a tremendous amount of demand and fan pressure, the director's cut of Justice League, dubbed the Snyder Cut, premiered on HBO Max on Thursday, March the 18th, 2021. The 77th day of the year, which is sure to become another holiday in the fan community. Another holiday in the fan community is February the 14th, which honours the original runtime of the Snyder Cut and was the date of the first trailer of the Snyder Cut after the DC Fandom teaser trailer. During the HBO Max launch event in Europe, an HBO Max executive dubbed the Snyder Cut as a global phenomenon. Remember that? Just a few months back, which piqued our interest again. A global phenomenon. Now that's something you won't hear from the American segment of this company, but it's interesting. They must be in on this. It's odd. What is going on? Something is right. And here she is saying it. Here she is there. Look, she's saying it, right? You can't go back on it. As well as the global phenomenon that is Zack Snyder's Justice League. In the HBO Max launch presentation, Priya Dogra, the president of Warner Media for the Europe, Asia Pacific, Africa and Middle East region, stated, "We've got the most iconic movies coming to the platform in the months ahead, including Joker and Batman vs Superman, as well as the global phenomenon that is Zack Snyder's Justice League." So, even if it's not the whole company, HBO Max are certainly proud to call Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut a global phenomenon. Something's changing, and I was saying this months ago. Something is changing from the rhetoric from the company. Her proclamation of the Snyder Cut as a global phenomenon is followed by a clip of Henry Cavill's Clark Kent, Superman, saying, "I've got a second chance. I'm not going to waste it." Do you get it? Do you get it? They're going to restore the Snyderverse. I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's right now, but some point along the line, they're going to do it. So it's amazing. This positive acknowledgement caused another wave of Restore the Snyderverse tweets, with fans rallying in celebration of the film and demanding for sequels to be green-lighted to complete Snyder's Superman saga. A monument of loss and hope. In May 2017, director Zack Snyder and producer Debbie Snyder had announced they were stepping back from working on Justice League film following their tragic loss of their daughter Autumn. Since then, a legion of fans have devoted themselves to promoting mental health awareness and suicide prevention and campaigning for greater creative control, directorial vision and artistic integrity. And isn't it interesting? Since that time, since the Snyder Cut, we've also had Denis Villeneuve's Dune, and Warner Brothers are commissioning even more immersive experiences like the brand new Matrix movie. One actor saying about the Matrix movie, I could have been in Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings, but I decided to be in this movie. This is what's going to happen going forward. People are sick to death of the MCU. People in the industry are, as well as us. The Snyder Cut begins with an explanation about the aspect ratio of the film. This film is presented in 4:3 format to preserve the integrity of Zack Snyder's creative vision. The feature closes with a dedication for autumn from Zack Snyder to his daughter. I'm going to cry in a minute. With the closing credits being set to dedicate a cover of Leonard Cohen's song Hallelujah, sung by Alison Krauss. And what a beautiful version that is. Zack Snyder, on the heels of the Snyder Cut being released, was awarded the Valiant Award by Hollywood Critics Association during their film awards ceremony on March the 5th, 2021. Jesus Christ! The Hollywood Critics Association, the very people that despised his first two DCEU movies. How the worm is turned. In fact, I predicted this when the Snyder Cut was greenlit. I said, minds are going to be turned. Things are going to turn around, and a lot of people didn't believe me. This is what's happening here. In his acceptance speech for the Valiant Award, Zack Snyder noted his appreciation for the fan movement that has supported him and praised fans for doing work that is literally saving lives. It's interesting the cast of Eternals saying the representation and inclusion was saving lives. No, but this is saving lives. And this was done by the consumer. We rallied around the director. A director that doesn't dismiss the opinions of his own consumer. He's a rarity in today's Hollywood. Fans of Zack Snyder have raised close to $1 million for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, AFSP, in honor of autumn. Be very proud of yourselves. Zack Snyder being the blueprint. Zack Snyder is the blueprint going forward, and Denis Villeneuve has continued that blueprint. Many memes in the Snyderverse community affectionately called director Zack Snyder as the boss or the blueprint. The latter label became even more prominent after Marvel's Eternals director Chloe Zhao praised Zack Snyder and his Superman film Man of Steel. Wow. While speaking to Pure Break, a French outlet. When asked about Superman being a name checked in the Eternals movie, Chloe Zhao responded, Superman is the Ubermensch. The ultimate man, the Superman, a concept that exists in all cultures, Zhao continued, of all modern interpretations of Superman. It is Zack Snyder's interpretation, which Man of Steel, that has inspired me the most. Wow! He approached this myth in an authentic and very real way. I remember thinking it was Superman by Terrence Malick when I saw the trailer. This film left a strong impression on me. But Icarus is, of course, our own take on Superman. Superman still inspiring heroes today. He inspires me every day. In response to the news about Snyder's cultural impact and influence on superhero fare, fans trended on Twitter with the message on Twitter that Zack Snyder is the blueprint. You see, this is what happens with pioneers. When they start, people hate them, right? Christopher Columbus said the world was round, not flat. Everyone mocked him. What happened? That IMAX tweet this morning of the Theatrical Justice League anniversary began with a social media account of IMAX asking fans to look back on some good times in a tweet. IMAX tweet read, remember when you rolled up to IMAX with your squad to watch this squad? Justice League came out 4 years ago today. IMAX, you're a disgrace. In response, many fans were aghast at the Theatrical Justice League experience being considered good times. Some fans commented, release the Snyder Cut in IMAX, yeah. In replies and retweets of IMAX's post, one fan, Clark Joe DCEU, tweeted, how could we forget this deformity? That is so hateful to sight and memory. The desecration without name, Joss Whedon's Doomsday, restore the Snyderverse, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder is known as a huge proponent for filming in IMAX along with his colleague Christopher Nolan. Throughout a promotion with Prizio, some fans had a chance to get a pair of IMAX tickets to a charity screening of Zack Snyder's Justice League, with all proceeds going to benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I'm so jealous. Anyone who got to experience this, fuck Spider-Man No Way Home in IMAX. This is what I dream of seeing on the big screen. A 4-hour immersive DC experience. Charity screenings in Dublin and Detroit, positive fan activism. Fans who are in a close circle with Zack Snyder, dubbed Team Pro Zack, held charity screenings of the Snyder Cut in Dublin and in Detroit. The Dublin screening in Ireland was hosted by Michael Doyle at TPZ McD. All right, I'm not one of his biggest fans, by the way, but that's a good thing, McD, and well done. At the UCD Cinema on Saturday, November the 13th, with donations being made to AFSP. Michael Doyle is also the fan whose name Zack Snyder inscribed on the associate producer t-shirt in an instruction video with Adam Foreman, the artist behind the All the Gods and associate producer charity t-shirts for AFSP. Adam Foreman is also in the alternate photograph of Wonder Woman during the Crimean War. Interesting. Another charity screening event was hosted by Abdul, Here for Zack. Yeah, heard of him? In Detroit, Michigan. He also previously hosted the BVS Comes Home screening event in Detroit, which was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Continuing the good works, Brent at Esk Brent shared prizes at a Snyder Cut charity screening, prizes including a poster of Victor Koo's Mighty Pegasus 88, Snyder Cut poster signed by Darkseid actor Ray Porter, a signed poster by Wonder Woman stunt actor Brooke Entz, a signed copy of the Snyderverse saga book by Darren Kirsch, autographed albums by Wonder Woman cellist Tina Guo, and apparel items by Andrea Andrik-Lukritz. Sorry, I killed your name. Another fan, Lena, at Lena Depp, has organised school supplies for children for art classes, as well as benefits for pregnant women and mothers of new babies requiring greater medical help and attention. This is supposed to be our toxic fan base. Wow, be very proud. This immersive film universe has brought so much compassion and kindness. The kind of compassion in Hollywood, let me say it properly, the kind of kindness and compassion Hollywood talk about, but they never execute. It's not about saying it, it's about doing it. So well done to the movie consumer, who are the real heroes, not people in Hollywood who pretend they're heroes. On Ink to the People, fans can buy merchandise with art by Soham Butterbar to benefit AFSP. Fans may expect screenings of Zack Snyder's Superman Trilogy saga so far at the SnyderCon weekend event, which is planned for January 2022, partly organised by the Nerd Queens duo Nana and Cole, along with Meg, Wonder Meg. I'm not fans of those girls either. We clashed a little bit, but I respect them for everything they've done. The fan activists have hosted two very successful JusticeCon virtual fan events, as well as a Deck the Halls of Justice virtual fan event for the holidays. The unsung heroes of the movement who kindle the flames. Throughout the release the Snyder Cut fan movement, many cast and crew members of Zack Snyder's Justice League production served as cheerleaders and motivators of the cause. The anniversary date of November the 17th was no exception. Clay Staub, the Aerial 2nd Unit Director on Justice League, tweeted, "There's always part 7, restore the Snyderverse." The caption photo included with the tweet reads, "Part 7, it ain't over till it's over." And it's no way over, Clay, and thank you for everything you've done within the Snyderverse with your beautiful creativity, but also your continued support for restoring the Snyderverse. Very important. Thank you to Clay Staub. So, yeah, there you go. Part 7, it ain't over till it's over. So I like that. Very, very clever by Clay Staub. The planned Green Lantern actor Wayne T. Carr tweeted, "Do it for the fans, restore the Snyderverse." His tweet also included fan art by Zishi, and you can see it here. Brilliant. I tell you what though, Wayne T. Carr's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? Very positive, no negativity, considering he was cut from the movie. Listen, I didn't know how to feel about any of this at the time when Wayne T. Carr was revealed. But I took a step back and I thought about this. There was no reason not to have that in the movie. because you've got your own Green Lanterns, but we're heading for the multiverse, baby. What exactly is the problem? Now, please, Warner Brothers, please tell me Ann Sarnoff, please. Darkseid actor Ray Porter tweeted for the fans, restore the Snyderverse. Ray Fisher, happy Snyderversary to all who celebrate. To mark the November the 17th anniversary, Zack Snyder took to Vero to post a cryptic photo of the clapperboard used for additional photography of Zack Snyder's Justice League in front of his framed picture on the wall of the alternate Wonder Woman photographed during the Crimean War. Now this, as I said yesterday, is what really piqued my interest. As I said yesterday, I understand the clapperboard, but why the picture? Why is he using the picture? It's not because it's just there. There's a reason for everything that Zack Snyder does. So, what does it mean? I think he has got involvement, creative involvement in Wonder Woman 3. I'm not saying he's going to direct the picture. I'm saying he's involved. Maybe a co-writer. Maybe he's co-writing it with Patty. We'll have to wait and see. But something is going on, no question. Before the Snyder Cut was officially announced, Zack Snyder had hosted a ZSJL fan posters art contest for the fan film poster of the Snyder Cut. The winner was selected to be dceu, who not only received the clapperboard but also was invited to be present during the filming of additional photography for the Snyder Cut. Do you remember when Zack put it out there, set that competition up, and he goes, just in case in the unlikely event, if it happens? And we all thought, oh, you know, because you don't know, do you? And it's amazing, he must have known it was going to happen even then. Think about that for a minute. Zack thinks 65 billion steps ahead of the rest of us. That's including Warner Brothers Pictures and Hollywood. Something is happening. The newly posted clapperboard has handwriting that reads, W52791. What could it mean? The challenge is left to the fans. A Thanksgiving turkey amid final crisis. On Thanksgiving Day, Zack Snyder shared a video of his turkey dinner on Vero, captioned as thankful. Eagle-eyed fans noticed Grant Morrison's Final Crisis graphic novel in the background. The Easter egg inspired a flurry of more teasing by associates of the director and excitement from fans. Clay Stab tweeted, "Let it begin, Zack Snyder's Justice League," with an attached photo of an illustration of Darkseid and dceu on distressed paper. He later tweeted, "In life you need to find something you believe in and leave your mark. The truest form of expression is uncompromising and steadfast and will prevail itself to all who truly believe." I believe, most of you watching believe. I'm excited. I'm excited to fight for this again. I'm going to be honest, I lost hope. Yeah, I lost hope. How could you? I did. I lost hope earlier this year. There was so much negativity. I didn't know which way to turn. So many things. The vocal war of words between Zack, Ray Fisher and the studio was hard for me because I just wanted to enjoy the release of the Snyder Cut. And these guys all made it impossible. But now, because I've always loved Zack's 3 DCEU movies, and I want more, and I shall fight for more. Clay Enos, a set photographer on several Snyder films, joined in by posting a photo of the Batmobile on Vero with the caption, "Simpson." Kevin Smith, director and entertainment commentator, humorously pleaded for Zack Snyder to include the line, "Aquaman's got mad sharks," in the Final Crisis influence continuation of the Snyderverse. Ray Porter, Darkseid actor, responded in kind by saying, "Time to fire up the mic." "We need to know how it ends." Zack Snyder said it himself. How long would fans have to wait for a direct continuation of Zack Snyder's Justice League? The answer remains to be seen. One thing is for certain, hope lives on. That is actually a great freaking article. Wow! No wonder Clay Staub shared it. Excuse me. Absolutely fantastic. And we're going to go into this a little bit more. As I said, as my throat was giving up on me, and it's probably going to do that again, terrible morning throat, that's a great article. It's one of the best restored Snyderverse released, the Snyder Cut articles I have ever read. Congratulations to the dailyplanet.com. Great name, by the way. Why are we here? How did we get here? How did we go from starting a man's arc, a man's 5-movie plan, to release the Snyder Cut, restore the Snyderverse? Why are we here? I'll explain to you. It's because of the MCU. The MCU destroyed the Snyderverse, inadvertently or by accident. Kevin Feige created a skin-deep little franchise that hooked people in. That doesn't take much fault. But Zack Snyder created a franchise that was highly immersive. It had high concept art. It was trying to say something about the human condition through these gladiators of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. And it was amazing. It was a great start. In storytelling form, in storytelling wise, it's a fucking beautiful thing. Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut. But you see, we live in an era where the consumer bores on about box office. The box office of a movie is none of your business. It's none of my business, unless I'm talking about it as someone on YouTube or something like that. It's not our concern. All you need to worry about, has a movie made enough to make another one? Man of Steel made enough to make another one. Batman vs Superman made just under $1 billion. Whether it should have taken more or not, that's not the issue for you and for me. It made enough to make another one. Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut almost certainly, not almost, did the business on HBO Max, and when they've sold it on digital form and hard copy, it has made money. They've made enough to make more. Of course, they want to make as much money as the MCU. They don't just want to make highly immersive movies. That's why they're creating this multiverse strategy. Well done. Hopefully it works and they can get $1 billion a movie. I'm not sure about that, by the way, because their plans are kind of interesting, if you like that kind of thing. But here's the thing. If they're still going after the MCU stable and money since 2013, and they haven't succeeded. Don't forget, they have not succeeded. They've been going after that franchise, trying to get similar success, and it hasn't worked. 2 movies have made $1 billion. Aquaman and Todd Phillips' Joker movie. That's it. And ironically, the Todd Phillips Joker movie didn't actually go after the Marvel formula. No. In fact, neither did Aquaman, if you think about it. I mean, Aquaman isn't really like a Marvel movie. I know there's some gags in there, but it's actually kind of a really deep movie. I think it's pretty good. But Joker certainly didn't go after the MCU formula. The Dark Knight didn't go after the MCU formula. But here's the thing as well. It's like they want consistently $1 billion+ globally after every theatrical run. Is it possible? I don't know. We're in a pandemic right now, so they're going to have to wait. I told you the throat would go again, but they're going to have to wait and see. Because I think Spider-Man No Way Home, if things go the way they want it to go, is going to be the first pandemic $1 billion movie. No question about that. There's nothing that can stop it. The only thing that can stop it is the film itself, if it isn't the film people wanted to see. And I think after Black Widow and Eternals and Shang-Chi, which weren't the most, they were like kind of your fillery Ant-Man type of movies. This is kind of your Avengers Infinity War movie. It's not Endgame, it's Avengers Infinity War. So it's going to make that kind of money, because we all know Avengers Infinity War is actually a good film because the Russos had full creative control, and Endgame had, let's just say, a lot of Feigisms in it, and I think we all know that. So what do you want out of life? All right, you're planning this central universe that's going to bring the multiverse as one franchise. That's great. That's exactly what Feige's doing, starting off with Spider-Man No Way Home. You could argue it started with Loki, maybe even WandaVision. So they're there already. Again, Kevin Feige and the MCU are there before the DCEU. And there's the problem. But we'll see how the DCEU do with executing this next year. But the point is, there is a multiverse strategy, so the Snyderverse can stand alongside it as a parallel universe. I mean, I think it's a big twist to say, imagine this, oh my God, the Snyderverse was a parallel universe all the time. It doesn't hurt anything. I know I keep on going on about this and repeating myself, but it's easy. Slide it in as a parallel world. But since the Snyder Cut, people are interested. The people who weren't interested before are actually interested now. We are going to restore the Snyderverse. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes. We can see now. The right people are talking about it again. It's gonna happen. Where it happens on HBO Max or on your cinema screen in IMAX, I don't know. Personally, I think Zack Snyder movies are too big for Netflix, and I think they're too big for HBO Max. And I think they should be on our cinema screens, and why shouldn't they? What, because they don't have bright colours and sunny smiles? That means they need to be reduced to the television screen? Nah. Zack Snyder is big business. Zack Snyder is cinema. Now, in other DCEU news, very exciting, because even though I'm fighting to restore the Snyderverse, I want to see this plan, this central universe plan, starting with these 6 movies next year, be successful. Because I think we actually need that to be successful as well. We want everything, the Snyderverse, this new plan, the multiverse strategy to stand together. The multiverse strategy is the Snyderverse's best way of being restored. Anyway, it was a big day for Batgirl yesterday. Batgirl movie first official set photo confirms Barbara Gordon's a GCPD cop. Now this is very, very interesting. Is that what she is in the comics? I can't remember, but interesting. So she's a GCPD cop in the Batgirl movie. Director Bilal Fallah shares a Batgirl movie set photo for the DC Extended Universe project, confirming that Barbara Gordon is a GCPD cop. We're going to get a lot of things from them like this, very exciting. By Grant Hermans of Screen Rant. Director Bilal Fallah shares a Batgirl movie set photo for the DC Extended Universe project, confirming that Barbara Gordon is a GCPD cop. Development on the film has been underway for nearly 5 years now, with Joss Whedon previously attached to write and direct the project until stepping down due to a lack of progress made on it. That's not the reason he left. Warner Brothers would later turn to screenwriter Christina Hodson to pen the script after she impressed the studio with her work on Birds of Prey. Anyway. And the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. I mean, she should have been fired just for that fucking title. Anyway, Leslie Grace is set to lead the cast of Batgirl as the titular heroine alongside J.K. Simmons reprising his role as Gotham City Police Commissioner James Gordon from Justice League and Zack Snyder's HBO Max Extended Edition. Jacob Scipio is an undisclosed role as Brendan Fraser as the... Let's say that again. Jacob Scipio is an undisclosed role, as is Brendan Fraser as the film's main antagonist. Firefly Bad Boys for Life duo Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah signed on to direct the film, which was announced to be an HBO Max exclusive in late 2020 and slated for a 2022 debut. Following Fraser's casting in October, exciting news has come from the set of Batgirl. In honour of production finally getting underway, Fallah took to Instagram to share an official Batgirl movie set photo. The image offers a look at Gotham City Police Department desk belonging to Barbara Gordon, confirming the titular heroine to be a GCPD cop in the film. Check out the set photo below. So here it is. Very, very interesting. And you can see her name tag there as well. So yeah, definitely she's a GCPD cop. That's a bit of a turn of events, isn't it? The confirmation that Barbara is a GCPD cop in Batgirl is sure to come as exciting news for fans of the comics, indicating an interesting new angle for the character than seen in most of the comics. The character was originally conceived in an effort to introduce a female counterpart to Batman in the Adam West-led TV series and was introduced in the comics just prior as the daughter to Commissioner Gordon, who works at the local library. Gordon would later be paralysed in Batman the Killing Joke by the Joker and become the technical advisor and information broker known as Oracle. So this is interesting. Is this think about this. They could set her up as a cop. She gets disabled and she becomes Oracle by the end of the movie. I think there's a chance of that. Though the comics only rarely explore Barbara Gordon as a GCPD officer, screen adaptations of the character have touched upon this aspect, including Batman Beyond and HBO Max's Titans, which both saw her become the GCPD commissioner. With many details still largely unknown regarding the plot of Batgirl, it will be interesting to see how Gordon working as an officer under her dad will factor into her transformation into the titular crime fighter. Only time will tell when the film arrives on the streaming platform sometime in 2022. So 6 movies for the DC Extended Universe next year. Very exciting. But what is going on here? I'm assuming this is an origin story. So we could see her become disabled. We could see her become Oracle. We could actually see her become the new commissioner at the end of the movie. Think about this. Maybe J.K. Simmons' Jim Gordon actually dies at the end of the movie, and she becomes the commissioner of Gotham. I think, because this would ring all of Warner Brothers bells and, modern entertainment. We know what's going on. I don't have an issue about it. I mean, it's there in the comics. Why not? She's a great character. Why not? So I think, so I'm going to say definitely Commissioner Gordon will be killed off. Definitely she will become Oracle. But I mean, can she become Oracle and Commissioner Gordon at the same time? I don't know, because I've never read the comics. Someone comment down below and let me know. But I think these things are going to happen, especially her becoming commissioner. So expect Commissioner Gordon to die at the end of this movie. How do I feel about that? Well, you know what? J.K. Simmons is a busy man, and I think it just works. I mean, and it brings a younger commissioner to Gotham City, new struggles against her and the Batman. It would be very, very interesting. Well, it looks like Dame Helen Mirren has been a very, very bad girl. And you know what happens? No, I'm not going there. This is Dame Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren accidentally reveals Rachel Zegler's Shazam 2 character. Helen Mirren accidentally reveals Rachel Zegler's Shazam Fury of the Gods character to be one of the 3 goddesses' daughters of Atlas. Really? Well, that's a shock, because none of us guessed that. Pretty predictable as well. By Grant Hermans of Screen Rant. Helen Mirren accidentally reveals Rachel Zegler's Shazam Fury of the Gods character to be what? Go away, Moth. Oh my God! I give up. There's some twat up there who does this on purpose while I'm reading my bloody article. So where are we? So, characters to be one of the 3 goddess daughters of Atlas. Plot details for the upcoming DC Extended Universe sequel are still largely unknown, though it is expected to see the titular hero have to face off against the goddesses, Hespero and Calypso, daughters to the Greek titan Atlas, from whom Shazam gets his superpowered stamina. The film is also set for a few years after the events of the first film, as the young Billy Batson is now 17 in comparison to the 15-year-old seen in the previous film. Zachary Levi returns to lead the cast of Shazam Fury of the Gods alongside Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, Dijmon Hunzu, Grace Fulton, Faith Herman, Megan Good, Ian Shen, Ross Butler, Jovan Ahmad, DJ Katrona, Marta Milans and Cooper Andrews. The sequel will also mark the DCEU debuts of Helen Mirren as Hespera and Lucy Liu as Calypso and Rachel Zegler in what was previously an undisclosed role. However, with a year and a half still to go until Shazam Fury of the Gods hits theatres, the latter's secretive character may have been revealed a bit early. In a recent interview with the Associated Press, Mirren discussed the long-awaited Shazam Fury of the Gods, though keeping her lips sealed on whether her character is technically a villain or not. Mirren accidentally revealed that Ziegler's character to be one of the 3 goddess daughters of Atlas, a fact which Zegler would herself confirm on her Twitter. See what Mirren said below. I'm a member of 3 goddesses, Lucy Liu as Calypso and the 3rd goddess played by Rachel Zegler. But, have you noticed, she hasn't given her a name. We don't know what the character's name is. Interesting. Who will be a huge star in a very short space of time. Yes, it's already been decided by Steven Spielberg. So there are 3 of us together, And that was really a great experience because it's so infrequent that you get to spend a whole of a movie with two other women. So often you're the only woman in the cast. Here we are, a trio, and that was great. I loved it. Yeah, I'm on a plane with loads of different blokes. It's so good. Well, you always... Fucking hell, man, it doesn't fucking matter. Don't worry fucking about it. People always have to say something, don't you? I understand that look, in the history of theatre, as I know, there's been more men and women in it, right? I get it, right? But it's not important because forget the past. Now we treat everyone equally, or we try to as much as possible, so stop boring on about the past. We can't affect the past. We can only affect the future. Ziegler is currently enjoying a fast rise to stardom in Hollywood, all of which began with her landing the coveted role of Mario Vasquez in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story remake, whose early reactions are calling it nearly as good as the 1961 film. Nearly as good. That's not great, is it really? The 20-year-old Colombian-American actress has... the Colombian-American actress... I think you missed something off there, don't you? Has also been cast in a similarly sought-after role of Snow White in the Disney's upcoming live-action remake of their animated classic, starring Gal Gadot as the evil queen. Ridiculous casting, by the way. Mirren's belief that Ziegler will become a huge star in a short space of time certainly appears to be coming true. Well, she knows she's going to be a huge star. Spielberg's decided it. It's all about DNA, isn't it? I'm not saying that Rachel isn't popular. You know, talented, but at the end of the day, it's about her DNA. Anyway, throughout production of the film and the months since it wrapped, questions have abounded regarding who Ziegler's Shazam Fury of the Gods character could be, with some set photos revealing her to be kissing Jack Dylan Grazer's Freddie, while her status as a daughter of Atlas could see her using this relationship as a ruse to get closer to Billy. There is also always a chance that she could be opposed to the goals of her sisters and father and want to side with the titular hero. Only time will tell when Shazam Fury of the Gods hits theatres on June the 2nd, 2023. So that's a long time yet. So look, I'm looking forward to Shazam Fury of the Gods, as I am all these DC Extended Universe movies. I think she will probably end up being a good character, and I think she'll probably be adopted by the Shazam family. Just a little theory there, which is obviously going to come true, because as I say, it's been decided Rachel Zegler is going to be this big thing. So she's Spielberg's new pet. Yeah, we know what's happened with that before. I mean, look what happened to the guy who he adopted on Transformers. I mean, he stabbed him in the back. You've got to be very careful, Stephen, with DNA casting. It can bite you on the buttocks. I promise you. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. Until then, au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye. Yasu. See you later.